Good morning, everyone. Good morning from Bangkok, Thailand. Currently, I am sitting here going to tell you about my 3 years of fun in Thailand. And yes, I have had 3 years of fun in Thailand. There's been some ups and downs, but we're going to talk about some of the more fun stuff, some of the stuff that, if you're new to the channel, you may not know about me, some of the places I visited, some of the things we've done. You are welcome to share your experiences as well, by all means. Let me get a couple things out of the way first when it comes to the channel. Very important. Robert, first of all, thank you for dropping the channel member link in there. If you're not a channel member yet, I strongly encourage you to become a channel member because we have added a new feature to our membership. The price hasn't changed. It's still $2.99 a month. It's extraordinarily cheap. But we now have a private line group for channel members only. So just for channel members. I have a Facebook group for the channel itself, but I have for anybody, but I have this line group for only channel members. And yesterday, there were people having conversations in there. It was great. So, yeah. It's, you can talk about anything you want to in there. It started off really great, and I hope it continues to go. Let me stop right here because we just had PayPal come in for today. Way to get the day started, hey Jose. Much appreciated. I'll cover his real name up here, and so there's $10 out of the way already today. If by some miracle we could hit the same number we hit yesterday, we would be in really good shape. And by we, of course, I mean myself, the channel, and everybody in here. Speaking of pictures coming up in that line group, Anon, I've got some pictures, some never before seen stuff that can't go on YouTube. That'll be in that line group. So all that stuff's coming up. But today I have to go get my vaccine. So I don't know how I'm going to feel afterwards, or if it's going to be great. Everything's going to work out fine. So at 4 p.m. today, I will be going to get the jab. And that's something that's probably surprising to a lot of people. It's actually kind of surprising to me. After doing all my research, it was kind of a last-second decision. A slot was open, and I took it. So that's how that happened. If you're going to enjoy this content, hit the thumbs up button. And if you just want to see DoMoreLife grow as a channel, please give a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Alderman Asia, welcome, sir. You need to be one to join the line group because you are a channel member. I definitely want all my channel members to be a member of that group. And it says, DoMoreLife, hopefully, pigs in case girlfriend looks over my shot. Yeah, no worries on that. You'll be okay there, and no worries. So that's the updates for the channel. Hey, Daryl from Australia. Good to see you, bud. That's from the channel, and we're going to talk about fun stuff in just a second. But first, I want to go over safe for work. There you go, and safe for work. Understood. Today's a little bit of a sad day, unfortunately, in Thailand, as the total number of cases are now 11,397, with 101 people who are no longer with us. And hello, Thai Guy Bri. Good to see you. It's unfortunate, and it's one of the reasons that kind of persuaded me somewhat to go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity to get the jab today. So with that being said, I'm going to make some content for you guys on getting the jab, what it's like, Most of it will probably be in the channel member section, but I'll make some generic videos as well. Mango Sticky Rice, what's up? Hadn't seen you in a long time. Good to see you, bud. Let's talk about the description of today's video and what it will be about. Robert has posted the PayPal link and the Cash App tag. So I will pin that comment to the top of the page. And all contributions go to the channel. They're contributions. They're literally investments in the content of this channel and making sure that this channel gets to stay in Thailand. And by this channel, I mean me. And we're going to talk about all that good stuff. What's up, Matthew? Long time no see. I keep up with you on social media, though. Very interested in the things that you do. And would love to get into some of that at some point in my life. That would be very interesting. But long time no see. Good to see you in here for sure. So in this live discussion, we'll talk about my 3 years of fun in Thailand. I will give you information and news on Thailand tourism and travel as well. Hey, gotta love Thailand. Good morning. My time living and working in Thailand has had its ups and downs, but I have had more ups than downs. Looking back, I've had so much fun in Thailand. I've met some of the most incredible people in Thailand. I've built strong relationships with the Thai people, and yes, I do have strong relationships with Thai people. Not with every Thai person, but with many Thai people. I've learned a lot about Thai culture, which helped me grow as a person. Thailand has taught me what I need to do and what not to do in certain situations. I've made mistakes in Thailand, but because of the forgiving Thai culture, those mistakes were judged as lessons, not negative life events. By moving to Thailand and operating my YouTube channel, I've built a number of strong friendships and created an online community of people who support each other. I was able to travel and learn about some of the best tourist destinations in Thailand before COVID came along. In today's video, I will talk about those amazing places in Thailand. In addition, I will give you the latest travel and tourism news. This will include the latest information for domestic and foreign tourism in Thailand. Finally, I'll talk about my future plans of living and working in Thailand as an expat. So we're going to get through all that good stuff today. And then I'm going to go get an AZ jab. And hopefully everything goes well. Let's see. Matthew says, sooner the better. With compound interest, you can turn a little into a lot over time. I've heard that, man. And compound interest is something I really don't understand, but I'm going to learn. I don't mind telling people when I don't know something. That's something I've learned in Thailand, and I definitely want to learn about it. Robert B., good morning. Robert, I hope you signed up for the line group or added me as a friend online yesterday. So you are, because you are a channel member, you are eligible for the line group, and I strongly encourage all you channel members to get in there because it's we had a great conversation yesterday. There was over in a matter of minutes, there was over 100 messages going through there in conversation, and I'm going to be adding never before seen stuff, never before talked about stuff to that group because it's a completely separate entity from YouTube and all that good stuff. Ross, what's up, Ross? Good to see you, man. Oh, wait, I missed Mango Sticky Rice. My wife and I are here in Phuket on the Sandbox. Arrived here on Thursday. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Hope everything works out wonderful for you in the Sandbox. Sandbox seems to be marching on. So definitely, I think Thailand has done a good job with the Sandbox, which I didn't predict. So I was wrong, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. Happy Sunday morning, all, or good evening to those in the USA, says Ross. Matthew Johnson says, hey, Jeremy, I just got here, so I'm sorry if I missed you saying, which jab are you getting today? The AZ. I'll be getting that jab today around 4 p.m. Filtho said, it felt like I had 3 years of fun in Thailand in just 6 weeks. And that's what Thailand does, man. When Thailand's thriving and popping, you know, granted, for the last 16, 17 months, we've been in this perpetual state of fluctuation because of the COVID situation. But, the fact of the matter is, I've had more fun in Thailand than I ever had in America in these last 3 years, even through all the travel restrictions and everything else, and even through right now being partially furloughed at work and receiving half month's pay, and all these things, all these challenges that are coming up in front of me, and trying to find another online teaching job to add additional income. All these challenges and stuff make you grow as a person, right? Nothing ever happens outside. No growth ever happens outside or inside your comfort zone. It just doesn't happen. So being pushed outside of my comfort zone is something, and that's another reason I decided to get the jab, guys. Being totally honest with you, I would like to give a big thank you to Mr. Matthew Johnson, who just sent in $10 PayPal. Thank you. That's $20 we have already today. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Let me say hey to Lyle. He's a long-standing member and does a lot for the channel. I'd like to say hello to you, sir, and download that app when you get a chance, Lyle. Robert B says, congrats, JC, on 3 years and the jab. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Mango says about a quarter of the stores and restaurants are open. That's good. At least something's happening down there. Robert B says, could you please send me the line info? Yes. Do I have you on Facebook Messenger, Robert B? I don't know. Look me up on Facebook Messenger. I can't send it to you. Yesterday I put it in the live stream. I don't want to do that again. But if you can look me up on Facebook Messenger and send me a message, I will send you my line ID there. Add me as a friend, and then I'll put you in the group. What else we got going on over here? Charles says, yeah, I kept picking my phone up all night, thinking my girlfriend was line chatting me. So what you do, guys, is mute the conversation if you don't want to be a direct part of the conversation, and the notification will show up, but your phone won't make any noise. That's what I do. And I said, Charles White, mute the chat notifications. You can still check as you need to. Yep. Matthew says it's very simple. I will send you a DM explaining it rather than boring the chat with it. Matthew, thank you so much. I appreciate that, brother. All the information is always super duper helpful. Law says, I told you dancing. Well, we might get back to dancing one day. Yes, I had a very good time dancing on here one day. I forgot how much revenue the channel pulled in that day, but it was somewhere around $300, I think, we put in that day, and it was at a time when I knew I was getting ready to be furloughed from work, like I am now, or partially furloughed, and I was very excited to see that cash come in, so it definitely helped a lot, for sure. Matthew says, that's good. I'm in the mod squad. I hear you, brother. Wonton soup made me feel better the day after. Maybe I'll try that. I'm not a big soup guy, but I'm always I'm always willing to try. I don't know what that is. Oh, that says something from T-Mobile. That's weird. Robert B says, no will connect on there. No will connect on there. Okay. All right, Robert B, look at the live chat momentarily. I'm only going to leave it up for a second. Okay. Look at the live chat. That's my line ID right there. For all you channel members that don't have my line ID, that's it. Go to line and put add me as a friend, and after the live stream, I will add you to the group. I promise. but it's only for channel members. So if you're not a channel member and you want to have access to all the content that the channel members have access to, the live streams, the chat, the line group, which is uncensored, all that good stuff. You can do that by becoming a channel member. In my humble opinion, it's worth the $2.99 a month. And it's definitely going to be worth it because I'm going to add a whole bunch of stuff to it. Charles says, I have traveled all over the U.S. and never did I feel as at peace when I was standing on Succumbent in the middle of Bangkok. Need more Thailand in my life. There you go, man. Do more Thailand, right? Thailand's a good spot for peace. It really is. The reason I struggle with it so much is because of I'm just not where I want to be in life. And to be honest with you, my personal insecurities are the reason that I struggle so much. Like, I'm not financially where I want to be in life. Sometimes I don't feel successful, and sometimes those insecurities come out and they manifest themselves in ways of depression or, something like that. So anyway, that's why I feel the way I feel sometimes and why I come off negative. But the truth is, Ross and I went to Koh Chang. It was empty, but I still had a blast. Had an absolute blast, field day in Koh Chang. There's videos on this channel about Koh Chang. I went to Krabi by myself. I went to Onang Beach, saw Raleigh Beach, Hong Island, Chicken Island. There was another island in there somewhere. So I've seen some of the most beautiful places in Thailand. And everybody should have an opportunity to see some of those islands. It's just absolutely amazing. It's just amazing beauty in Thailand. Amazing beauty. You should also have you should also have the chance to experience the Thai people and the Thai culture, because the Thai people and Thai culture are what makes Thailand so great. You really have to get to know some of them on a personal level and just understand how different this culture is. It's so much better than anything I've experienced before, for sure. Charles says he found the mute. That's good. Hey, Jose says, Charles White, I have that feeling too, bro. Ross says, Charles, I felt the same way on my second day in Koh Samui. I can imagine. Samui is a place I have not been yet, but I was planning to go. And then we had a lot of travel restrictions. Many of you are probably saying, like, well, Jeremy, you've had a lot of travel restrictions, and you've been under all these lockdowns and everything else that Thailand's had, soft lockdowns, the real lockdowns. Now they have more lockdowns. They have, today we have the most cases ever of COVID reported here in Thailand, and a large number of deaths. So how do you find fun in that? Well, I don't find fun in the number of cases and the number of people passing. That's not fun. But there's nothing I can do about that. That's out of my control. The only thing I can do about that that's in my control is do what I'm doing today, and that is to go get the first jab. So here in a few hours, I'll be going to get a jab. Yes, most of you know that my position has long been not supportive of jabs. However, through thorough research and through communicating with certain people, I became open-minded, and I remain open-minded. That I'm doing the right thing, not just for myself, but for others as well. And hopefully it pays off. Hopefully it pays off. I'll do a video diary day to day, maybe hour to hour, of how I feel and what the process was like. Most of that content will be either in the channel member section, where I don't have to worry about getting it pulled, or some of the more if I do experience severe side effects, that'll be a video diary in the line group. So it's very important to become a channel member if you want to keep up with that stuff. Be a channel member. I can't tell you. The link is in the description of this video. Becoming a channel member is a good idea. I promise. Let's see. Anna says, Charles White agreed wholeheartedly. I always get a big smile when driving into town from Savannah Women. I've been in Bangkok so long, I've lost the ability to get that smile. But since I live on kind of the outskirts of Bangkok, when I go to central Bangkok, I always get that smile, that inner feeling of, oh my God, I'm in one of the world's best cities, right? Even though right now at this very moment, because of the COVID situation, its happiness is limiting somewhat, but at the same time, it's good to know what can be, because I was here before COVID started, and I was here when all the happiness and when I started learning about Pattaya, and I was living in Rayong and teaching in Rayong, and I was going to Pattaya pretty much every weekend. I met tons of people there. I met some friends there that are still my friends today, both foreigners and Thais, expats and Thai people. It's really, my time in Thailand has been a blessing, to be honest. And I really took stock and inventory last night, which is why I decided to make this video today. I told you it was going to be a fun video yesterday, but I was planning on a different kind of fun video. But I wanted to share that this is not because I do a lot of stuff talking about the downsides of everything that's going on in Thailand right now. And I wanted to make sure that I did this video so that you guys know that, once you go to these places that I've been to, and once you learn about Bangkok, Pattaya, even Rayong, certain things in Rayong that I loved. Most of them I didn't like, but I think that was more because of my job than anything else. It's Bangkok, for example, learning about everything there is to do in Bangkok. I can never tell you everything there is to do in Bangkok because it's unlimited, right? And with the lockdowns and stuff coming into place, when you had that taken away, it just made me that much more grateful for the time that I got to enjoy all the happiness and the fun stuff and meeting people and building relationships. That's the happiness that I've really gotten out of being in Thailand for 3 years. And, it's changed me. It really has. It's made me grow as a person. I've as I said, made some mistakes here. And thankfully, because of the Thai culture, those mistakes haven't been, horrible or anything. They haven't had long-lasting negative outcomes, is what I'm trying to say. With that being said, everybody in the world should have the opportunity to experience Thailand when it's open, when tourism reopens and it fully reopens. I really hope everybody gets a chance to experience Thailand. I really do. Now, let's go to the comments. Jazz, what's up, Jazz? Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. Bobby Crush says, when will the Pattaya bars open? Well, the governor of Chonburi just ordered a closure to make sure that they stayed closed for a while. So it's going to be a while. I don't have an exact date for you because they haven't provided an exact date, Bobby. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to be the one to pass that along to you, but that's just the way it is. We don't know. They just put Chonburi in the dark red zone category, which means they're basically shut down. They closed more businesses. They now have a set curfew. Thailand's answer to everything has been to quarantine people, to lock people down, and to control the movement of people. Well, they did that, and we see the number of cases continue to rise. There have been decisions made here that I wouldn't have made personally. At the same time, I'm not blaming the Thai government. This is not, they didn't create this problem, and they're dealing with it the best that they know how. But at this point, I think it's time to take some lessons learned from the past and realize that these controlling the movement of people simply just it's not working. It's not. I mean, the numbers are there. It's not working. The only way it's going to get brought down, and this is another thing. I hold myself to a high level of integrity, or I try to anyway. And I always talk about, the only thing that's really going to solve the problem here in Thailand is to get jabs in people, right? To get the vaccine out. And they've had a very slow rollout. So even though I wasn't really for the jabs, I kind of need to practice what I preach as well. So that's why I'll be getting a jab today. Is practicing what I preach. I do believe that's the solution to bring tourism back to Thailand is to get the effective jabs in people. We know there's one that's not as effective, and I feel sorry for the people that have taken it, but just practicing what I preach, making sure that I uphold my integrity, and we'll see what happens. Let's see. City Lights, what's up, man? Good to see you on here. Ross says one of your greatest experiences was meeting my wife. Yeah. Hey, I can't disagree with that. Your wife is one awesome human being. So definitely one of my greatest experiences. There were times when I first met Ross's wife at her resort down there. I sat and talked to her for there were a couple of days that I was down there for hours at a time, and she'll change. You want to talk to somebody that'll change your perspective on life real quick. Ross's wife will do it. Very, very intelligent lady, very intelligent, and very easy on the eyes. Also, I must say, Ross did good for himself. I'll definitely say that. So yes, meeting Ross's wife is. Was a proud woman here in Thailand for sure. Anon says, agreed 1,000,000%. That's a good thing. Philthos, tough times don't last, tough guys do. That which doesn't kill me only pisses me off, and they better watch out. I like that, Philthos. I'll be getting the AZ City Lights. That's the one that they're offering, and so that's the one I am taking. Charles says, never plan your travels. Go where you can whenever. Take a random right turn, and if it's a dead end, hang on one second, bud. One second. Let me see what that said. Oh yeah, definitely. Good decision there, Mr. McGee. Thank you, and good question there, Robert. So where was I at? Never plan your travels. Go where you can. Take a random right turn, and if it's a dead end, you've seen it. Now take a left and keep enjoying the trip, not the destination. 100% agree with you there, Charles. Because thing about it is like we only have we have a finite amount of time here, and our health is also finite. If you consider that the end of our lives is predictable. In other words, we don't know when it'll happen, but we know it's going to. So while I'm healthy and still what I consider to be fairly young at 40, why not take as many risks as I can, and why not do things that I know I'm going to enjoy, like traveling. I know I'm going to enjoy traveling. When I travel, I enjoy it. You guys can watch my travel vlogs and just look at the enjoyment. I mean, going to some of these places that I've been to, even the small islands off of the coast of Pattaya, Kolarn, and there are many more private islands that you can go to out there. I've been to those, and I have videos on those on my channel. Going to these places and doing these things it brings me a tremendous amount of joy, because it's new, it's fresh, it's something I've never done before, and it's something I may never get to do again in my life. I don't know what the future holds, but I do believe if you keep doing the right thing long enough for the right reasons, good things will happen. That I do believe, and to the best of my knowledge, I'm doing the right thing. Let's see here. MedTech says dizziness and drowsiness is only side effect and gone in the morning. Well, I certainly hope that is the case, and I'll keep you guys posted, like I said. Autumn in Asia says, right on, Charles White. That's how I ended up in Puerto Escondido. Escondido. I really got to brush up on my Spanish. I used to be able to at least read Spanish. Yes, Autumn, that is how you ended up down in that area. And who knows? I may end up in that area. I don't know. I have no idea. We're going to go wherever life takes us. That's what Doing More Life is all about. And that's what I'm excited to do. Mango or MedTech says, Ray on Dole, no offense to Ross. It is. It was to me too. I thought that, I felt that way for a long time, and it depends on the factors of whether or not you're going to have a good time in Rayong, the province and the city. Depends on a lot of things. It's a good spot if you want to retire. It really is. Because you can be so many places so quickly in Rayong. And, Cosamet's right down the road. There are beaches nearby. Pattaya is just right up the road. You can get to Bangkok in a couple hours. You can get out to Koh Chang. You can get out to the Trat province. There's just a lot to do around there. If you're set up for that kind of, if that's what you want your experience to be. So, it is what it is. Mango says, JC, I had no side effects after my jabs for P, as I was and still presently on the clinical trial as I volunteered for the 2-year study. My first jab was last September 2020. Good for you, man. That's good. That's really good news, and very encouraging to hear for sure. And it says, MedTech, every place is dull. Every place is also exciting. Up to who you're with. You got a good point there, Anon. Very, very good point. Gallo Thailand, did you not say 2 days ago you could not get the jab? LOL. That's correct. I could not. There was none available. What happened yesterday morning? You must have missed it. Yesterday morning, Asia Unscripted from this channel sent me an email saying the American Embassy has a limited number of slots open for the jab. If you want to get it, here's your chance. So I made a quick decision and registered. I honestly didn't think I would get it. I thought it was too late, but I did. I got it. Basically, what you see happening now, this is happening for all the embassies. Okay. And this is a theory behind this. The theory behind this is they've sent over these jabs for the embassy workers and the diplomats and all that stuff. And most likely what we're seeing is the leftovers from those. Okay. And therefore they're giving out the limited leftovers that they have. And that's probably why I was able to get a jab. So when I said I couldn't get a jab, I didn't lie. That was the absolute 100% truth. There were no jabs available to me at that time. So I don't know what point you're trying to make, but that's what happened. Janice, hello, Janice. Good to see you. I recognize you from the Philippines and from a friend of mine, but good to see you in the chat. Thanks for dropping by. Always nice to have a Filipina in here. Tim, what is up, man? You are late, but you are here. Yes, indeed, you are. On both. Robert says, great to see you, Janice. Yes, Janice. Does Janice have a YouTube channel? I think she does. I can't remember. But you guys can check out Janice. I know she has a Facebook page for sure. Hey, Jose says, hi to Tim. Filtho says, one lesson I hope governments learn is the difference between leading and controlling. They all need to do more of the first and less of the second. I agree with you 100% there, Filthos. Can't argue that at all. Let's see. Anna says, for what it's worth, I got my electric bill 968 baht again. Mine was 2,700 and something baht for the month. And the month before that, it was over 3,000 baht. And that's because I've been sitting at home with the air conditioner all day. Where I live, it's just, Bangkok's hot. It's just hot. And I can't just sit in the heat. It makes me crazy. New York Frank, it is good to see you, my friend, my good friend. That's one of the people that I talk about that I build relationships with through YouTube. Definitely one of those people. And, that's been a fun aspect of Thailand. Just like it's been fun going to the bars and the clubs and learning what nightlife on this part of the world is like and how it's so much different than it is in the West. Like the Thailand nightlife scene is beyond anything I've ever seen before. The entertainment venues are so much different than what they are in America, where I'm from, or in the West in general, to the places I've been. You don't get to experience places like Pattaya and Phuket and even really any of these tourist hotspots all have their own version of Thai nightlife, and it's all unique, and it's all different, and it's all everyone should be able to experience it at least once in their life. The Thai nightlife is special, and it's enjoyable. It really is enjoyable. Just the atmosphere is enjoyable. I mean, as long as you're not hanging out with somebody that's, sloppy drunk or doing stupid stuff, then you're going to have a good time. I mean, you just will. Just make sure you have a little money. That's the only catch. Lyle's chastising Tim for being late again. Good for you, Lyle. Tim says, I don't know. I prefer you pick a destination and enjoy the travel to that destination. Then after that, pick another destination, do the same thing. But I always have to have a target in mind. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with picking a destination and going for it, and then adapting to changes along the way. Because when I pick a destination and go to it, there's always going to be hiccups. Something's going to change. Something's going to be different. Something's not going to be the same. And for that reason, it makes the journey worthwhile. And that's something fun I found here in Thailand. Anon's quoting Tom Petty, which I don't think we can do, so shame on you, Anon. Tim says, Lyle, it seems to be a trend lately, don't it? Yes, it does. Ross says, Rayong is not dull. If you have a car, you will never be bored. That's a fair point. That's fair, Ross. I lived in Rayong for 16 months, so Ross has lived there a lot longer than me, but living in Rayong, if you have a car, I had a motorbike, and once I got a motorbike and was in Rayong, I found a lot of extra stuff to do. I just didn't do a lot of it because I was so caught up with. I'd found Pattaya, and I just loved Pattaya. I loved the city. I loved the friends that I had made, and we were going out. We were having fun, and I was getting to understand how the games in Pattaya work, and how the nightlife people that are employed in the entertainment industry, how they think and how they operate. And during that time, that was my focus. I was also doing well financially during that time, so I didn't have, there was no I could go out and have fun. Unfortunately, right now, I told you there's ups and downs to having fun in Thailand, right? So we're in a down cycle right now. But just like the stock market or crypto or anything else, it's only going to go down so far before it bounces back up. So that's the way I kind of look at life. Let's see. Lunatic Friends Red Rider. Good call, Tim. Janice says, Robert Dean, great to see you too. Charles, yesterday was super cool. You got the call while live. Oh, yeah. I got the call from the embassy that was telling me that I was scheduled for an appointment today live at the end of the live stream yesterday. So that was pretty cool. I thought it was interesting. Lyle says 13 up, 3 down. Good. Met Tech like Trat. I like Trat. I think it's a really cool province out there. Ross says miles and miles of beaches, beautiful mountains, plenty of bars, babes, and beer. Always easy to find. That's very true here in Thailand. Absolutely, 100% true. When everything's open. So we're not talking about right now at this specific point in time when everything's locked down and or everything's soft lockdown, partially locked down, whatever the correct term is. Fact of the matter is, Thailand right now is closing more businesses, doing more damage to the economy by closing those businesses. And they're trying to re-implement tourism by bringing back these experimental Phuket sandboxes, Samui Pluses, and that kind of thing. The Phuket sandboxes work good so far. I hope it continues to work. I hope tourism comes back, and I hope Thailand thrives. But they've got to get beyond. They've got to get beyond the fear of this thing going on. And like I said, the only way they're going to do that is to allow Thai people to get to bring in enough to get the jabs. So, you guys had heard me talk about why America weren't sending jabs for American citizens. Well, so these aren't sent out just for American citizens, as I said. And I can't prove this. This is just my theory. But the theory is they were sent for the diplomats, the people that work at the embassy, and that kind of thing. And then they, of course, had extras left over, and I'm getting a leftover. So I still don't see any real movement on that front, and that kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. But you know what? My feelings have been hurt before, and I'm sure this won't be the last time. Tim says, Raw sounds like paradise. It really is. When Thailand's fully open and running, and you can travel around without restrictions, and you can just go. You can find cheap hotels. You can find cheap entertainment. You can find cheap beaches to go spend the day on. You can just find all kinds of stuff. It's such a wonderful place to be. And that's what I wanted to focus on the good stuff, the good times that I've had here. You know, meeting people that have come over here that I met on YouTube. I've met so many of you that either live in Thailand or that have come to Thailand, and I've gotten to know them from the channel. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It really has. By the way, you channel members that sent me a friend request on the Line app, make sure you put I am a channel member on there, or I will not be able to add you because I won't check your name on YouTube. I have to check to make sure that you are an active channel member before I put you in there, because that wouldn't be fair to the people that are paying, right? So it is what it is. Charles says, Tim, I had a destination of Pattaya for my last 2 trips. So many things to see that I haven't made it yet. LOL. You will. And right now is not the time to go to Pattaya anyway. They're in bad shape down there. From what I understand, it's pretty rough. And with the curfews and the closures a bit, these dark red zone implementations and soft lockdowns, and they've announced now you can't have gatherings of more than 5 people in these places. So that virtually eliminates any type of establishment opening up for any, for pretty much any kind of business. It's sad. It's really sad. And Thailand's hurting right now. And I don't think anybody can really, grasp the full scale of the damage that's being done to Thailand right now. And I don't think anybody really grasps. When I say anybody, I don't mean everybody in the world. I just mean in general. I don't think people really understand the amount of time it's going to take to recover from this, for the businesses to recover and for the tourism industry to recover. I just don't think people are going to understand how long it's going to take. And what I feel like sometimes maybe the country doesn't understand is the longer they continue to do this, the more damage it's doing to Thailand. And I just hate to see it happen to such a beautiful country that I love to be in. I hope for the best. I wish them all the best. I hope it gets better. But, a week ago they implemented these new rules, these new quote soft lockdowns, right? These dark red zones. And what happened? We've had record numbers of cases since then. We have door-to-door testing now. People are going around CCSA or the DDC or somebody. Maybe it's the BMA. I'm not sure, but that they have organizations set up going around doing door-to-door testing in neighborhoods. So yeah, they're likely to find more cases that way. But the thing is, like, what are you doing with those cases? You're just sending them to the hospital for treatment. There's no cure. Like they're not going to the hospital for treatment and then getting a jab. Not that I know of, anyway. If I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. But like, you just treat the sick people, send them back out, and then hope they don't get sick again. I don't understand. Ross says, Tim, it's my paradise and sometimes my prison. I understand that. A lot of people won't, but I understand that. Tim says, Charles, but since your destination was Pattaya, you're still on your travel destination. That's true. Gotta love Thailand says there was no point. Just curious. Fair enough. No worries. Jazz says, eating Thai hot garlic chicken with rice now always goes well with the live stream. Ooh. Hot garlic. I don't know. When you say hot, if you mean like spicy hot, I can't do spicy. I just can't do it. Tim says, trouble is right now you don't get to experience it anyway. Yeah, that's the problem, Tim. But hopefully we will we'll get to experience it sooner rather than later. Ross says, Jazz, that is my favorite fast food. I love it. What's up, Richard Cyphers? Good to see you, bud. Hope you were able to join the line group yesterday for channel members. If not, let me know. I can't remember exactly. I added a bunch of people, so just let me know. Anon says, just sent the line group my secret to keeping a cheap electric bill. Good for you, Anon. Very good. Ross Ryan says, JC, we traveled to Koh Chang with the journey being half the experience of the trip. 100%. 100%. The journey to Koh Chang, I recorded more video on the way to Koh Chang than I did in Koh Chang. So that should tell you something about journeys and going places. But yeah, we had a good time in Koh Chang. I learned a lot, and it was fun. Tim says, change like a pea. I don't know what that means. There's a link to Janice's channel. Lyle says, Anon, is it jump from your neighbor's feed? MedTech says, you can quote, not in fraction. Not according to the community guidelines I've read, but no need to argue about it here. Don C, what's up, buddy? Nothing happening here now. You couldn't spend any money here. So Don is in Pattaya, for those of you that are wondering, and that's what he means when he says nothing happening here. I couldn't spend money there anyway, so no real point in going to Pattaya at this moment. However, again, let me reemphasize, I've had some of the best moments of my life in Pattaya, and I look forward to the day when we can get back to that, that normal. As I discussed yesterday, I don't think it'll ever be normal. It'll be a new normal. Thailand will never be the same as it was, in my opinion. But maybe the new normal will be better than it was in the past. I'm not sure. But thanks for sharing that, Don. Anon says, allow, just cheaper than the alternative. Cool. Robert just put the PayPal link in the chat again. Thank you, Robert, for putting that in there. We always definitely could use contributions, and it's not a requirement, but if you guys can contribute, that's up to you. Certainly appreciate it very much. Tim says they better thrive. A couple billion baht lost. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Jose says $1 billion baht a day on tourism lost. That's what I read yesterday, and that was just from the restaurants being closed that are in like across the country. Period. So that's a lot, man. And I says, Ross Brown, you ever go to the jewel market in Chataburi thinking about driving to Ko Chang after the current LD finished and wondering if that is a good stop on the way? Ross says, I avoid all jewelry markets. You forget I travel with my wife. That's very true. Tim says, well, unless you live there, you cannot fully understand the situation. That's true. That's true, Tim. It's hard to fully understand the situation, to comprehend exactly what I'm saying. But I do my best to try to get it across to you guys, and that's why you guys watch the channel, is for the information. And I do have a couple pieces of information I'm going to go over with you guys a little bit later in the live stream. This is not going to be a real long live stream because I do have to get prepared to go get my jab today. Which I'm still, if you guys want to know the honest to God 100% truth, me being 100% transparent, I'm nervous. I'm concerned. But I've taken every necessary precaution I could think of. I've talked to doctors, actual doctors, and at this point, it is what it is. I still stand by the right for people to choose. I don't think anybody should be forced to do anything they don't want to do, particularly with the jabs. This is a decision that I made, a split-second decision that I made, based on the availability and based on really the not so much worried about catching it, but worried about what the consequences of not having the vax will be in the future. And that's the truth. That's the honest truth. So there you go. And if anybody wants to criticize me for that, that's perfectly okay. No problem. Let's see. Don C says, it's like if you look at Las Vegas and turned it into Gotham, Iowa. Yep, no one's ever heard of it. That's so sad, man. That is so sad, Don. I'm so sad to hear that. I really am, because, I love that city. Lots of fun there. And I can't wait to see it get back on its feet. Tim says, but it sounds like whoever is in charge in the Pearl, sounds like they are just throwing stuff against the wall and seeing if anything sticks. That's a fair statement. I can't disagree with that. Mango Sticky Rice says, now that you're getting the jab later today, you're able to get into Phuket, come down for a little R&R. You do have a point there. You do have a point. That may be a possibility. It depends on my work situation. Hopefully we'll go back to work full time soon. Right now, just getting by, saving pennies, and doing the best we can. And again, super thankful for anybody who has ever contributed monetarily to the channel, particularly recently. So that's funny. And I appreciate it very, very much. I'm looking at Jazz's muscles that he's showing over there. Tim says, cheap electric bills, simple, use someone else's name. Don C says, Tim, Batman's slow cousin. That's funny. That's funny. We want to avoid the P word if at all possible there, Mr. Tim. Let's see. Mango says, dinner on me, JC. That sounds like a bet right there. Let's see. Daryl from Australia says, people infected are taken away and put into quarantine so they don't infect others. That is their basic game plan. Yeah, and that's all fine and well. I'm not arguing with you here, Daryl. I'm just going to make a point on it. That's like that plan would work in the beginning before it became a community-wide spread, right? When it was just little outbreaks and clusters, you could isolate it. Now you can't because it's everywhere. And like, that's just a fact, right? So I don't do fake news. That's just a fact. And when I say this humbly, when Thailand decides to treat it that way, maybe we'll get there. Let's see. Charles White has put out a challenge for PayPal and Cash App. He says, get $70 and I will add 30. If we can make $100 today, that will literally make such a great weekend and relieve such a burden. You guys have no idea, really. Thank you for the challenge, Charles, and I really, really hope we get it. Question, will you count the $20 that we already have gotten in that? So that would mean we would only need $50 to get to the 70 that you require. And if you add 30, then of course that would get us to 100, and I would be one very, very extraordinarily happy individual, and I would greatly appreciate it from all you guys. That's up to you, Charles. Your call. Your challenge, your call. And we'll see how many people we can get to indulge in that. That should be a fairly reachable goal. Sounds like it. Sounds like it should be anyway. Thank you for doing that, Charles. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, but Daryl, back to your point. That game used to work. I think it's not going to now. In my opinion, I don't think so. Tim says, Daryl, wow, sounds like America with the Japanese and I'm glad I didn't say that whole word. But we get your point, Tim. We get your point. Charles says, Daryl, that's what happened to my girlfriend. I paid for her to stay at the Bangkok hospital. Killed my last couple of days there. Yeah, but at least you got the girlfriend, right? I guess that's the good thing. MedTech says, quoting lines of books or songs is governed by fair use copyright law. Okay. Fair enough, MedTech, but we're not going to look. I'll make it simple. Okay. I'm not going to argue with people about it. If you quote stuff on here, I'm just going to remove it. That's it. It can be approved by copyright law. It can be approved by fair use. You can look at it however you want to. I'm not taking any chances with my channel, period. That's it. So I appreciate your insight, and certainly not saying anything to try to tick you off, but we're not going to have it on my channel, period. Ross says, I've been to the jewel market you referred to with my mom 19 years ago. I was interested to see how they make mass jewelry. Massive tourist trap. I bet so. Tim says, I do too. I made my choice and got the jabs, and I'm happy. I'm a happy man because of it right now. Very good, Tim. Very good. Very good. Hey, there's a man we haven't heard from in a while. There's Mr. Roger McGee, who's coming in with $25 big dollars for the DoMoreLife challenge that was put out by Mr. Charles. Roger McGee, $25 right there. Let me scroll down and see what Charles said about the counting the 20. Yes, he said he would count that. So 20 and 25 is 45. We need to get to 70. Okay. Oh, Mr. Richard Cyphers just decided to contribute in $10 more. So that would be a total of 55, meaning we're what, $15 away? Is that right? $15 away? I believe that's right. Mr. Richard, I'd cover up because his middle initials in there. Mr. Richard Cyphers, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That $10 PayPal goes a long way. And thank you to the Jose and Matthew, who had put in the first two PayPals for the channel. I appreciate that very, 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 very much. And according to my calculation, we are only $15 away from the 70 that we need. And then Charles is going to put 30 in there. And we're going to have an awesome day. Then I'm going to go get a jab. Then I'm going to make a video about it. Actually, I'm going to video the whole day, and we'll see what happens from there. Thank you guys so much for the contributions. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. And I says, Ross Rayon, okay, tourist trap, got it. That's what I was afraid of. There are many tourist traps here in Thailand, by the way. Many. Daryl from Australia says, billion baht loss from closed restaurants would be mainly locals eating at restaurants, not tourists. That's true, Daryl. But think about if the tourists were here, and what the impact on the restaurants would be. Oh man, that would be multiple billions of bahts probably. And there was Charles' challenge that he put out, which we have almost met. I'm sure we'll get somebody with $15. Daryl said, I had both shots of AZ, no side effects for me at all. Hope it goes well for you. That is awesome, Daryl. Thank you for sharing that with me. I need to hear stuff like that right now, but it calms me down a little bit, and I appreciate that very, very much. Ross and Rayon says, Anon, they bring people in by the bus loads. Ooh. So don't get caught in the tourist trap by the busload, I guess. Anon says that Tim, I'm happy to have the QR code showing. I got the jab, took the lowest risk option to get that QR code. Makes life a lot simpler. I can imagine that it does. Agent Man 83, long time, man. Good to see you here. He says, I'm scheduled to get my second jab here in Canada on the 20th. One thing to cross off my list so I can travel. There you go. Congratulations, Agent Man. I hope, and I'm glad the first one worked out for you. And that says, oh, Lordy. Tim says, I wonder how much the cost would be if everything was included in the nightlife category. Like, I don't know. It depends on how many of everything you want there, Tim. I can already tell you, between Tim and Lyle, I'm going to have to do some kind of video on the girls of Thailand. I'm just gonna have to reach out to some of my connections and sit down with them and interview them and all that good stuff. Maybe get it in the line group. That would be awesome. So we'll check it out. Mango says, just a little hint, when you get your jab today, get the jab in the opposite arm of your writing arm. Yes, sir. I plan to get it in my left shoulder. I'm right-handed. Plus, I have my DoMoreLife tattoo on my right shoulder, and I don't want them poking on that. Tim says, Anon, I got my Vax card, and I laminated it so it would not damage it at all. And that'll be my plan too, Tim. I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait between jabs, but to be fully jabbed, I just really hope everything goes well with this first one. That will really calm my fears for the second one. And, I also want to mention, there's nothing wrong with being scared of this stuff, okay? But the fact of the matter is, I just drew a conclusion in my head that eventually at some point I'm going to have to get it anyway. So I might as well go ahead and do it. I figure the younger I am, probably the healthier I am. So why keep wasting time when it's probably going to be inevitable? It may not be. There may be some kind of big uprising or something, and it may not happen. But that's my thinking on it anyway. We're $15 away from Charles's challenge. Noted here by Robert putting the PayPal link there. The Cash App tag, if you want to send by Cash App, is also in the pinned comment at the top of the page. My Cash App tag is there. You can also send cash to it. Again, not a requirement for being on this channel, not a requirement for participating in the chat, but just really goes a long way to help the channel out right now and to help me, guys, to be totally honest. Let's see. Charles White says, yeah. Oh, that was my answer to my question. And on DoMoreLife MedTech, I retracted the comment, so everything is moot. 10-4. Filtho says, 23 thumbs up, 7 down, 40 plus viewers. Come on, guys. We got 7 thumbs down. That's awesome, man. That's great. Glad to know I'm still living rent-free in trolls' heads. I love it. Anon says, at 10, eventually Wally World, where I got my jab, sent me a link by SMS where I could download a QR code for it. That's pretty cool. Tim says, Anon, I got mine both at the VA, and after my second jab, they gave me a card from the CDC saying I had both. That's cool. Hey, Pan Pon, good morning. Hello to you. Nice to see you in the chat. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate that. No, Ross, it's not at the embassy. It's somewhere in do I say it right? If it's Bangsu? Somewhere down there. I had the address listed and all that stuff. Tim says, girls are life. The rest is just details. I hear you, man. I'm going to do some girl videos for you for sure. Charles says, girls of Thailand. I want to see. Yeah, we'll have to do something like that at some point for sure. Interesting experiences from travel. I'll bring you guys this. This is another fun thing. The video I made, the hottest Filipina in Thailand. She was a girl that I met in the Philippines and did some photography work over there with her. And she just happened to graduate and decided to become a teacher over here in Thailand. And she lived close enough to me that we were able to get together and have a photo shoot. And wow, what a, really, that to me, that's a big deal because it shows the power of connection, right? And just how small of a world we actually live in, even though we think it's so big. So I thought that was interesting. Ross says an interesting but hard to find number would be the decrease in the amount of foreign currency brought in by pre-C to current. That would be interesting, Ross. Very, very interesting. And I says, DoMoreLife, the girls of Thailand sounds like a great members video or maybe a Rumble BitChute video, LOL. Possibly. Or it may be, I don't know. I'll hold my thoughts on that one. Let me put it that way. Filtho says, new line group, DoMoreLife approved and preferred drinking companions. A whole new level of keeping it in the family. I like that, Filtho. It's very good, man. Very good, very good, very good. Agent Man says, I got the mod for first shot. I was under the weather for about a week or so, but it wasn't that bad. Arm pain was the worst thing. Agent Man, I appreciate you sharing that. We don't put the full names of the jabs up here, just FYI. So your comment got read. Don't take it personally because it took it down. Just YouTube stuff. Tim says, I just figured that you are going to need a jab card for a long time if you want to do anything, go anywhere. And I agree. I agree. I agree 100%. Stuck in Florida, if you're listening to this, don't you worry about a thing, buddy. I wish you were here, but we love you anyway, man. And we miss you. Roger McGee says, gotta go, guys. Catch you next time. Thank you, Roger. Much appreciated you coming by. Thank you for the contribution. I appreciate it. Which reminds me, before we end this live stream, we are only $15 away from making Charles pay. Make Charles pay. Anon says, Philthos, maybe that should be a Signal or Telegram group instead. LOL. the problem with the Telegram group is, or Signal group is, you have to put your phone number in there. So, people don't want to do that. However, I'm not opposed to a special Telegram group. I'm not opposed to it. Let's see. Ross says the jab card should be a pin or you can wear and show it off. I hear you, man. Daryl says, I think Thailand will make the jab and health insurance mandatory before renewing long-stay visas. I'm inclined to agree with that statement, Daryl. I think you are correct. Again, I don't know for sure. This is not legal advice. This is not medical advice. None of this video is legal or medical advice. None of this video is I'm not a doctor. I'm not a travel agent. I'm not a lawyer. So don't take anything I say as the gospel. Do your research and make your own decisions. See you, Agent Man. Take care of yourself, bud. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Tim said she was cute. I bet she was. Anon says Ross Ryan or maybe an RFID chip implanted in the arm. Let's not go that far. That would be no. It has to be something you can show off, not track. Yeah, I agree. Anon, I'm gonna pull that one just because. Tim says girls of Thailand regular and oh Lord, got to pull that one too. I get it, Tim. I got you, bud. Girls. No worries, man. Charles White says, make me pay, slackers. Don't make me feel unwanted. You're always wanted, Charles. Always. You do a great job. You and Lyle have kept the challenges going the past couple weekends, and I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the people that contribute to them as well. Anon says, Ross around, that is called Jab Selfie on Instagram or a insert famous TV doc from NIH's name here, tattoo on the forehead. That's very interesting. Ryan M., welcome to the family. Ryan M. has become a DoMoreLife channel member. It's good to see you, Ryan. Thank you for deciding to become a channel member. I will once again very briefly post my line ID so you can see it. And been lurking for a while. Great work. Thank you. There's my line ID. I encourage you to either copy that or send me add me as a friend so I can put you in the members only group on the Line app. So far, all we have on there is conversation, but if everything goes well today, hopefully tonight, I'll be adding some pictures. Well, honestly, guys, maybe not be tonight, and it may not be tomorrow. It depends on how I feel. I don't know what's going to happen after the jab. So we'll see what happens. That's all I can say. As soon as I have to get these pictures, just so you guys know, I have to get these pictures from my hard drives, my old hard drives. So it's going to take a little bit. I'm going to pull my line ID down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Choop. It's gone. So, Ryan, be sure you add me as a friend on there. Mr. Lyle has sent a little bit over just to make sure Charles pays up. He has sent in $20 with the note, pay up, Charles. Lyle, love you, man. Thank you, and very, very much appreciated. We'll wait on Charles to come in, and I'll show you guys that. Wow, what a weekend for DoMoreLife. What a weekend for us, guys. The big celebration here. That's one reason I wanted to take the time to add the line group, to add some more value to the channel for you guys. My goal is to just continue to add value. That's one reason I've decided to go with the Rumble channel. There's no content over there yet. There will be. All that will be to come. Some of it will be old videos from YouTube. But I will be putting some new stuff up over there that I can't necessarily put up on YouTube. And I I think it'll work out great. By the way, when I say ad revenue is down over here, I want to explain what I mean by that real quick. There is Charles White with his $30. We have completed today's challenge that was set by Charles. Charles, thank you so much for setting that challenge. You guys have no idea how much you've helped out. And we have another PayPal for Mr. Ryan. I won't say his last name because I haven't seen him up here yet. That must be our new channel member, Ryan. Maybe. But I will cover up his name because it has his last name on here. But we have an additional $20 that was sent in by him. So thank you. Yes, it is. Ryan says, okay, Ryan M. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, bud. Thank you very, very, very much. What a successful day. And what a way to keep it going, right? I'm very proud of you guys. Very proud of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. And I'm going to keep trying to do the best I can for you guys. Hello, Johnny. Filtho says, Ryan M. Caution, the Surgeon General has determined that DoMoreLife can be addictive with side effects of enlightenment, elevated mood, and a fixation on travel. That's a good warning, Filthos. Very, very good warning. Always happy to have a new channel member added, for sure. Charles says, thanks, guys. I feel wanted now. That's awesome, dude. Thanks, Charles. Thanks for doing what you did today. And thank you to everybody who contributed monetarily. Really, guys, my heart goes out. I appreciate it so much. Lightens a load on my shoulders once again. And you guys are really helping me get through this rough patch. And I couldn't do it without this channel. I couldn't do it. I don't know what I would do without this channel. I really don't. I would literally go crazy because some of the relationships I've had on this channel have been just amazing. Have turned into amazing things. Ryan M says, I've been watching for a while and have meant to support more. Keep it up. I'm a fellow North Carolina guy. Cool, man. Cool. There's no requirement for support on here, Ryan, but your support is always, anybody's support is truly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Like, it's not just like, oh, thanks. No, like, when people spend their hard-earned money on this channel and making sure that it thrives, to me, that's vindication of value, and that's like the ultimate prize for me. The secondary effect is the cash flow, which helps relieve stress in my life big times. So thank you guys, all of you, very much. Johnny says, how much do you think a 2-week trip to Thailand will cost? Whatever you want to spend, brother. I have a whole playlist on cost of living videos you can watch. Just go into my search function and look at playlists, and you'll see cost of living videos. You can watch those, and they range from all kinds of budget. Ross has, if you want to retire over here, Ross has a video on this channel called The Exact Amount of Money You Need to Retire in Thailand. I titled that, not Ross, because it's a formula. It's not an exact amount, but you can check that out. That would also give you a good idea of what you spend and that kind of thing. If you want to take a 2-week trip, you want to go all out, you want to ball, you want to go to Pattaya or Phuket, you want to indulge in the entertainment every night, you want at least one drinking companion with you every day, you might as well plan on spending in total with the sandbox model and everything, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 US, somewhere in that neighborhood. If you want to go less than that, you can go less than that. Cost of living over here or cost of vacation over here is whatever you can afford. Lyle says, fantastic, Charles. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Tim says, okay, goal's been met. Gotta go. Everybody, see you soon. Tim, thank you for being here, bud. Appreciate you. Love you, man. See you soon. Ross says, going back to the topic of the video, can you list your top 5 places you have been in a countdown and why they are ranked that way? So my first place is obviously going to be my first place is going to be Pattaya because I really enjoy the environment of Pattaya for some reason. I just really enjoy it. I absolutely love it. The second place is going to be Krabi. Krabi and that whole area, Onang Beach, and the islands that I visited out there were amazing. I absolutely loved Krabi. I think it was some of the most beautiful sights I've seen. There's nightlife there. There's plenty to do, and it's not as expensive as everybody thinks it is. Number 3 would have to be probably Koh Samet. The day trip to Koh Samet that we took, Ross, was that's a good trip for someone who doesn't care about nightlife and somebody who just wants to explore and see some of the pristine beaches that Koh Samet has to offer, and just enjoy a day on an island would be Koh Samet. Number 4 would be Koh Larn. Believe it or not, I really enjoy Koh Larn. I think that's a great island. It's off the coast of Pattaya. There's a lot to do on that island, a lot to do, and there's a convenient travel around the island. It's a special place, and I enjoy Koh Larn. And then number 5 would have to be Bangkok. Bangkok is a place of unlimited things to do, sights to see, places to go, and I enjoy it. I truly enjoy it. Bangkok as a whole, even with the traffic and the smog, I enjoy them. Those are my top 5. Now I could break those into categories and give you my top 5 islands, my top 5 cities, my top 5 places for nightlife, my top 5. I could break that down even further, but that's just a quick little recap. Filtho says, another North Carolinian, a possible international cornbread connection. That's true. Anon says, Johnny, 2 weeks, have to stay in the sandbox, so probably Thai baht, 100,000, plus the cost of airfare. Bar's not open in Patong, so the bar's not open in Patong, though, there, so bear that in mind. Ross says, no way to know what things will cost when things reopen. That's true. Could be very low to be competitive, or everything could be overpriced to make up for lost income. 100%. Johnny says, okay, thanks. Planning on going after COVID gets better. That's a good idea, Johnny. That's good that you're waiting. Charles says, I spent $3K on my first 2-week trip and $4K on the second, including flight insurance, which you have to have. Edward says, thanks for the kindness and encouragement through the years. Well, you are more than welcome, Edward. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Robert says, thank you, Tim. Charles says, but that was me. Second trip was a month. That's still not bad for a month, though. Charles, you did pretty good. Ross says, I find it funny you like Pattaya since you do not drink, and that's 50% of the city. Yeah, I know, right? It's unusual. I don't drink or do drugs or any of that stuff, so it's you would think that Pattaya wouldn't be the place for me, but I don't know. There's something intriguing about going. And Ross, you know this because you don't drink very much. When you go there and you're sober and everybody else is not, it's a different feeling. It's just I don't know. It kind of sets you apart from the crowd a little bit. I don't know. Johnny says, I can do that. I just want to see a lot of Thailand and have some fun. You can definitely do the fun and see a lot of Thailand. Just wait until the country reopens, Johnny. And you're not gonna run into a bunch of travel restrictions. That's my suggestion. Edward says, are you going to stay there for the long haul? Well, I've been here 3 years and 3 months, so I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. But life happens and things change in life, so who knows is my final answer on that one. I don't have any plans to leave, I can tell you that. And I says, Johnny, after the sea gets better, a lot of variables in that. Too many to forecast. Figure US $50 for a hotel and about $25 a day food per day. Rest is up to what you want to do. That's true. Ross says, the trip with my little girl She loves Coach Cement. That's, yep. Are you talking about, well, I won't say her name on here. Anon says, Johnny, a rental car could cost you about $300 for 2 weeks. Johnny says, yep, hopefully it gets better soon. Edward, what is going on with women? They're just talking about women right now. Women are still easy to find over here. Edward says, quadriplegic from Orlando, Florida. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Edward, but I hope you've found a way to live comfortably. It's a good place to be. And I don't think you'll be you by the local people. You won't be looked down upon for that. Expats do whatever they do. Who cares? But I think the Thai people are very accepting of any kind of disability. So, in my experience, anyway. Johnny says, "Yeah, still doing some research on how and what to explore and do all over Thailand. I got 900 videos on this channel that you can watch that will help, Johnny." What sandbox? Look up the Phuket sandbox and they'll tell you all the information on there. I also have videos on this channel about the Phuket sandbox. Lyle says, what about a certain travel destination in Rayong? For me, Sun Beach would be a good place in Rayong. Robert says, nice, Edward, another person here from Orlando. Ross says, Lyle, check out Lama PM. It's the biggest draw. King of Sweden has a home there. That's fair. Anon says that, Johnny, unless you are keeping to the big cities, a rental car is very helpful. Driving outside of Bangkok is not that bad. In truth, driving in Bangkok is like driving in Manhattan, but with lots of motorbikes. Yes, that's what I do. Ross says the hardest part for USTO drive here is getting used to driving on the left side or the right. After that, it's easy. I agree. Bilto says about the drinking, I can take or leave it, but enjoyed some moderate drinking in Pattaya. But I'm a huge people watcher. That's definitely that. They definitely get more amusing with the ubiquitous alcohol and women. Endless entertainment. I agree with you 100%. And it says, Johnny Sandbox is how you can get into Thailand now. Have to stay on Phuket Island for 2 weeks before being able to go to the rest of the country. Yeah, check that out, Johnny. Check all that stuff out. Guys, I'm going to close this live stream down in a hurry, and I apologize, but I've got to start getting ready, and I got to eat, and I got to get my nerves settled down just a little bit. To be totally honest with you, I want to thank everybody who monetarily contributed to the channel today. I really appreciate that, guys. I don't know what to say other than just thank you so much. Edward says $24,000 a year proof of income to be allowed to stay in Thailand. I don't think that's enough for a retirement visa. I'm not sure. But Johnny, thank you for dropping by, and I hope you get your questions answered, bud. Edward, I have to check into that for you. I'm not 100% sure, bud. Charles says later, JC, you will be fine. I think I will too. Just a little nerves, that's all. But you guys certainly helped out today, and I appreciate that. Okay, Ross answered your question. Edward says that's not enough cash for a retirement visa. I didn't think it was. Watch the retirement video. Just go to my homepage and then the search function. Just type in retirement, okay, or retire. Just type in retire, and you'll find some videos on retirement here and how much it costs. With a lot of people explaining it. If I had time, we would go through the whole thing today, but I just don't have the time. I apologize. To everybody who made a comment in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the dialogue today. It was definitely a chat like we haven't done in a long time. Appreciate that. And hello, Mr. Paul Fisher from the Deep Red Zone in Pattaya. I'm so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that. And I gave you a figure there, Mr. Edward. But I'm not going to go into it right now. Yeah, sorry to hear about the Deep Red Zone down there, man, for sure. Robert, thank you for doing your thing as always. Thank you to all my channel members. Appreciate you guys. I'll be adding you into line over the course of the day. And if not, I'll get into you tomorrow. Remember, guys, I'm going to get the jab in just a couple hours. So I don't know how I'm going to feel over the next day or 2 or 3. But I will keep you posted either with YouTube shorts or YouTube videos or live streams or a combination of the 3. I don't know. Hey, George, sorry you came in at the end, bud. Go back and watch the replay. We had a good video. Yeah, be sure to hit the thumbs up on your way out, guys. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank my moderators for helping me keep a nice, clean chat today. Absolutely awesome chat. It was great. Thank you so much to Mr. Charles for throwing out the challenge, and thank you again. Really, guys, really thank you for making sure that we met our goal today. They're stuck. Hey, buddy. Good to see you dropping in there late, but nevertheless, I'm glad you're here. Stuck is a huge member of DoMoreLife, and we got a Line group, by the way. Stuck. I don't know if you're interested in it, if you use Line, or if you even want to give it, but if you'll add me as a friend online, I'll invite you to the group, and the group is off to a hell of a start so far. So. Just to let you know, it's going to be cool. Ross, I'll definitely call you if I hear anything about any more jabs becoming available. I should get some more information on that after I get the first one today, because they should tell me when my second one will be scheduled. So we'll see. Stuck says, sorry, still driving. No worries, brother. No worries. Just glad you made it. Glad you made it by. Everybody else, thanks again for a great live stream. I really appreciate it, guys. Really do. And I'll be in touch. I'll keep you guys posted. It's going to be an interesting couple of days, so stay tuned to DoMoreLife. And whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you. Mean it. Later.